Hey, it's Joy. I've been meaning to do this video for quite some time, and lately there have been several women who have asked me how I can build trust to use Autopilot and eventually full self-driving FSD. So today I am going to take you out on a drive and explain to you how I started to build up my trust with the Tesla FSD slash EAP slash AP slash TACC system and not be afraid of using it. First of all, I want to mention that there are, to me, 3 levels of Autopilot. The first one isn't really Autopilot, but it does allow you to get used to Autopilot, especially braking, because that is the most trust issue area that we have. Is we are always afraid that the car will not be able to stop in time and that we might rear end the car in front of us. So what I'm going to show you is you can start by using the very basic TACC, or Traffic Aware Cruise Control. What TACC does is you still have control over your steering wheel, but this is like the traditional cruise control with the ability of sensing the distance between you and the car that you're trailing in front of you, so that when the car in front of you is speeding up, your car will speed up accordingly while keeping a safe distance. And when the car is slowing down and ultimately to the stop, your car will also react accordingly. I think that this is the biggest hurdle that people need to get over in trusting the Tesla self-driving function. So I'm going to start with TACC and show you how it works. And once you are comfortable with TACC, especially with how your car is speeding up and slowing down and braking while using TACC, then you can go ahead and use standard Autopilot, which is the car will auto steer itself while keeping in the lane, following the car in front of you, and your hands are just going to be on the wheels for the wheel to sense your presence and that you're paying attention. And once you are comfortable with standard Autopilot, then you can graduate to trying out FSD or full self-driving. Keep in mind that TACC, standard Autopilot, enhanced Autopilot if you have that package instead, and full self-driving, they apply to both city streets as well as highway driving. So let's get on the road. Okay, so I'm going to just drive on this road. I have no destination, and I'm going to enable, after this traffic light, Traffic Aware Cruise Control, TACC. But I want to first let you know that if you are fearful and you are concerned that once you enable Autopilot or FSD, that the car is gonna just have a mind of its own and do things that you think will be dangerous, just don't be nervous, because you still have full control over the car. I think that's a big misunderstanding people have about using Autopilot or FSD, is that they're giving up complete control to the car, which is not the case. So safety first, as always. You need to pay attention to your surroundings, just like when you're driving manually. Also, when you enable Autopilot and FSD, the in-cabin camera will be monitoring you anyway. So it's going to flash you and alert you on the screen if you're not paying attention. So always make sure you have at least one hand on your steering wheel. Now, at any time you feel that the car is doing something that you don't like, you can either tap on the brake to cancel it or steer out of Autopilot or FSD, which is super easy to do. But let's go ahead and enable traffic aware cruise control. So you do one single tap on this stalk and this will turn to blue, but this wheel thing right above the speedometer is still grayed out. I don't know if you can see in the video, but if you're driving on your screen, you can tell that only the speed limit, the maximum speed limit, is highlighted in blue. So in traffic aware cruise control, you still have full control over the car. Well, half of the control, because actually my foot is not on the acceleration anymore. Only my hands are on my steering wheel. And the car is slowing down when it's curving, and it will speed up when it's safe to do so. And now I'm actually doing a little tap because somehow it's doing a little bit of phantom braking. It's not braking, it just slowed way down when it doesn't have to. So there's situations like this. This is not perfect, where somehow the car is slowing down for no reason. You can just gently tap on the acceleration and the car will just accelerate. So now we're coming to a red light and the car stopped on its own. So as you can see, don't worry that your car is gonna run the red light. Well, it might if there's an obstruction for some reason, but it hasn't happened to me yet. So I just want to make sure that you are aware that if the car is doing something that's not supposed to, tap on the brake, or later on jerk the steering wheel to get out of it. So I would recommend that you start with this TACC mode, just on the city street when you're not going high speed, and now like the car is sensing that there's the car in front of me is stopping, so the car slowed down and it's keeping a really safe distance right now. So start with TACC and get used to how the car is speeding up, slowing down, and stopping according to the flow of traffic, so that you will be comfortable trusting this system and starting to allow your Tesla to do the driving for you. So this is TACC, and I'm going to cancel out of TACC. There are two ways you can do this. First is that you can just up tap the gear stalk to cancel, like so, or let me enable it again, or you can just tap on the brake and this also cancels out of TACC, standard autopilot, enhanced autopilot, and FSD. So up tap on the gear stalk or tap on the brake. Now I'm going to do standard autopilot. So with standard autopilot, without any destination set right now for me because I have FSD, but when you are using standard autopilot, when you want to enable it, you double tap on the gear stalk, like so. And then there's this symbol, the steering wheel symbol is going to be highlighted in blue, and there's going to be a solid blue line. So now you are actually steering. Well, my car actually just went ahead and changed the lane on its own because I have enhanced autopilot, which has navigate on autopilot, and my car setting is on aggressive autopilot setting, so it does auto lane change on its own. But there are three ways you can cancel out of autopilot and FSD, which is the two ways that I mentioned before. You up tap once on the gear stalk to cancel out of it, you tap on the brake to cancel out of it, and let me show you right now, you just jerk the steering wheel a little bit more and it's going to cancel out of Autopilot, enhanced Autopilot, as well as FSD. So I've just re-enabled Autopilot, and right now my car really is just doing the lane following, and the stopping, acceleration, and the braking, it all follows what the TACC does. It's just that now the car knows to keep within the lane without me having to steer. And then if you have enhanced Autopilot with Navigate on Autopilot turned on, then the car will change lanes based on the flow of the traffic. So this is how you can build trust with the Tesla Autopilot and FSD system. Is step by step by step, and you start trying it out on city streets when the speed is much slower. So you won't feel that once you're on the freeway, you're like, oh my goodness, everyone is driving so fast. I don't want to give up control to the algorithm just yet. Just start by using this on your local streets and drive around, see how comfortable you are with it, and then just do it every time you drive your Tesla. And little by little, you're going to start getting a feel for when the car is going to start braking and how it's going to react with stop traffic. So now, even if I'm on the freeway, I'm driving 85, or not 85, but 80 miles per hour, 75 miles per hour, and I see their cars starting to slow down ahead of me, I'm at a point where I don't sweat it anymore. I just keep my foot away from the pedals, and the car will brake. The car will slow down and it will brake. Unless there's someone that cuts right in front of you, then I've had that happen once, that this person just cut in front of me and the car started beeping at me, and I was able to take control. And I actually also felt the emergency automatic braking or automatic emergency braking taking to effect when I actually step on the brake manually, because the car just came in from nowhere. And then I felt the brake pad actually went even farther down, deeper, to make sure that my car didn't hit that car that just cut in front of me. So now the car is going to follow the curve in autopilot mode, and it's just keeping in this lane, going at the speed that's being preset. And yeah, I have no concerns of if the car is not gonna stop or it's going to speed up and hit the car in front of me. So this is how you can practice and feel it out. And up ahead, the traffic is stopping, so the car is slowing down, and enhanced autopilot now change lane to detect that this lane has less traffic, and it will be able to keep up with the speed, and it just goes. Now my hands are not on the wheels, just to show you that I'm trusting the system. But again, if you're just starting out with autopilot and FSD, make sure that your hand is on the steering wheel, and kind of do a slight jerk of it, not too much where it cancels out of APU or FSD, but to make sure that the car senses the weight of your hand through haptic touch. I don't know if you can see, but my foot is free at the bottom of the screen. See, I'm not doing anything. I turned on the foot wheel lights, so you can see that my foot is not by the pedals, and I'm just trusting the system right now with the flow of traffic. And it stopped a little bit, it slowed down a little bit because the car next to me was veering into my lane. So again, this just shows you how safe Tesla cars are with these with the software, with the algorithm. So yeah, this is how I learned to use Autopilot, enhanced Autopilot, and then that I became an FSD beta tester a little over 2 years ago. Now you've seen how I learned to build trust with Tesla FSD. I hope this has also helped you to start getting used to this technology, and that you will no longer be fearful or afraid of using this amazing function that Tesla has. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one, and God bless you.